A while back, I did a video called Out of the Box to On Your Head, where I took a brand new hair topper from out of the box and made it wearable ready. In this video, I'm gonna do the same thing, but with a brand new topper called the upgraded Courtney topper, but this is the low density lace front version, where we're gonna walk you step by step how to take your topper from out of the box to ready to wear. But it can be a little bit discouraging when you take it out of the box and you're noticing like crimps and creases in the hair, and you put it on your head for the first time, so excited to see it, and it doesn't look quite right. Kind of like this. It's not looking quite right. It has odd crimps and creases in it. The part line is straight. It has this extended lace front that you don't know what to do with, and you're just feeling like a hot mess. So let's go through my easy tutorial from how to take your box hair to glam hair in just a few minutes. Now, the very first thing I do when I get a brand new topper is do something about this stick straight part line. Now, this is a very simple process. All you need is a little bit of water and a rat tail comb like this one. You can use a regular comb also. You want to start by just wetting the topper. So I like to give it a few squirts on both sides so I can kind of dampen the top of the hair. Then you're going to take your rat tail comb and you're going to adjust the part to where you would like it. So I'm going to adjust this a few times until I get the hair just right. I like mine slightly off center, but you can part it where you want it. Once you've positioned the hair, the part line exactly how you would like it, then I recommend taking a blow dryer and blow drying the hair to kind of set it in place. Now, again, you can easily move your part line at any point in time, but a little bit of water does help because once you blow dry it or let it air dry, it does kind of truly like set in place, and it's a lot harder to move that part line around without water. Now, one thing I like to note, since we are going to be using a blow dryer to kind of set that hair into place, I don't have it on now to spare you the noise, I also want to take my blow dryer and I want to kind of help this hair flopping thing that's happening, right? This is going to help kind of give you a little bit more natural lift, a little bit more natural movement, and it's going to help the hair just fall where it should instead of flopping in your face. So I do this while I'm just blow drying the hair, train the hair where I want it to fall and how I want it to lay. So I do this over and over again while blow drying it. Obviously have yours on while you're doing this. This is just for demonstration purposes. So I'll do that several times. And what that does is it trains the hair to kind of lift up and away from your face. Now that we've blow dried the hair and the hair is starting to take on the shape that we want, we're gonna go ahead and cut back the lace. Now, I like to do this by using some little hair clips to clip the hair back and away from the lace. I find this way I am not accidentally cutting little hairs that I don't want to cut. Typically, you want to make sure that you're kind of, if you'll notice, if you look closely at the video, you can kind of see a little bit of this like scalloped edge. So I'm gonna go ahead as best I can and show you how I like to do this. I usually like to give myself at least 1/4 of an inch of space. You can always go back and cut more later. But if you give yourself a little bit of space between the hairline, then you're not having to worry about cutting it too short, and then it gives you a little bit of wiggle room if you ever need to cut back the lace later on because it starts to fray with time. And I'm just gonna kind of do this all the way across. If you can kind of see, you can see there a little bit how my lines are not looking super straight, but a little bit softened and squiggly. This just helps for blending purposes. Now, what I want to do next is go ahead and add a little bit of foundation powder because you can kind of see the transition here between the lace and the mono top. So I want to smooth out that transition, and I'm going to do that by applying a little bit of foundation powder right to this part line and to those knots specifically, and to kind of help smooth that transition. Now, this part, of course, is completely optional, as all of this is. I just find it does help with that blend a little bit if I can add a little bit of foundation powder, and it just helps with the overall look and feel of my topper. And then I like to take an eyebrow brush like this one, something that has a little bit of a slanted edge, and I like that it has a little spoolie side, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. So at first I have my foundation powder, I dab a little bit on the edge of my brush, and I'm going to kind of gently tap it into place right along the part line here. You can kind of see how I'm tapping it gently into place. And then I'm going to follow it up with the spoolie side to kind of work it into place. And that's just going to give me more of a natural scalp look, and it's going to hide those knots. I'm going to continue doing this all the way up to the front of the topper. I'm going to be a little bit more delicate as I work with the lace up here. Now this is the monotop area and this is the lace, and this right here is just the transition. So go ahead and continue working that foundation powder in until you have it looking just right. Now, if you do get a little bit of foundation powder on the hair, you can easily remove it with the spoolie side of your brush. You just kind of gently like dust it off of the hair in that area, and it helps it look fresh and clean. I find that this makes a really big difference. Just makes the topper look natural. Now I've gone ahead and put a few curls into the topper already, but you can tell that it's not quite blending right. Now, one, this is because my bio hair is a little bit lighter, but two, the hair's not curling well together. So I'm going to show you how I fix this problem. Now, like I said, curling your topper is a great way to kind of help get rid of those little creases and crimps that it has right out of the box. I'm pretty pleased with the gentle curl that I've gone ahead and added to this topper, but the best way for me to transition between my bio hair and my topper hair is to take a little piece of my bio hair and a little piece of the topper hair together and curl them together. And what this does is it just kind of gives you a lot more natural, cohesive look. Now you'll notice that even though my bio hair is a little bit lighter than the topper hair, it tends to work really well because of the highlights in the topper. So once I curl these pieces together, really the fact that my bio hair is a little bit lighter than the topper hair doesn't stand out, and I could absolutely wear this topper out and about and not feel odd or self-conscious about people noticing my bio hair being a different color than the topper hair. Now, and we've curled it, and we've curled our bio hair in with the topper hair. Now the last thing that I would work on is my transition between my bio hair and the topper hair. So typically I kind of adjust my part a few times, or the placement of the topper a few times to get it just right when I put it on. But really you're having a hard time seeing where the topper even begins, even with that nice close-up. Let me grab some hair building fibers and we'll put that on together, and then you're pretty much ready to go. And then I typically just kind of do this. Actually, I usually kind of put them on before I put on my topper, but for this purpose, I'll just go ahead and do this right here. Yeah, and already that transition's already better. You see that transition between the lace and the monotop. I'm going to just spritz a little bit of this hair fiber on my finger. And I'm just gonna tap it right in there. And that's gonna help hide that transition. And then that transition, there we go. It's like pretty much disappeared now. You can't really even notice the transition between the lace and the monotop now. Just because that little strip, it gets a little bit shiny. So by using a little bit of hair fibers on that strip, then you can't really see that anymore. And the transition in front is looking great. All you're seeing is my bio hair up in front. Fabulous. Loving it. This is such a beautiful topper. And then the best part about all of this that I love to mention is that once you do this once, you really don't need to do much to it on a daily basis. Once you've moved your part and put a little bit of that foundation powder in and given her some curls, it's just a matter of plopping the topper on your head, giving it a quick blend. Maybe if you want to throw in, like we said, blending your bio hair, curling it with the topper hair, you can do that. But really, this will last you a solid month without needing to wash it again. So you can style it and have it ready to go and do minor touch-ups along the way. But for the most part, this is a very grab and go look. Now, if you have questions, please be sure to comment below and I will be sure to get back to you. And please like and subscribe for more wig and topper tips and content.